The economic and structural changes brought on by the global pandemic have forced the hand of many businesses. And to underline this point, Intesa Sanpaolo's approach to the challenges presented by the COVID-19 outbreak has been to use innovation to accelerate a digital transformation through a series of different initiatives.
Innovation is playing a central role in the evolutionary path of the group by using technology developments as an accelerator of customer interaction and process optimization in the bank's core business.
And we're joined now from Milan by Paola Papanicolaou, Executive Director and Group Head of Transformation at Intesa Sanpaolo. Paola, welcome to Sibos TV.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to be here.
Now, Paola, to start with, every industry has faced huge transformation in the last few years with a big push to accelerate digitization. And then COVID happened. Can you tell us about what the most important impact of COVID-19 has been to your firm and how the pandemic has changed consumer behavior?
Well, I would say that the first thing was to actually be ready to lead the change. Because what happened was that all of a sudden, we had to change the relation with our clients because the branch wasn't actually so easy to do. So the first thing is that we were amazingly happy to have invested in infrastructure and digital transformation, even if somehow the consumers weren't so ready. So this has determined the possibility to be able to switch immediately and capture that, let's say, digital moment that we had to, experience altogether. And what happened to the clients is that, of course, they started using more and more the applications and the facilities that we have provided them through the digital world to have, a constant 24/7 relationship with the bank. So it has been very important being there and investing in the future pretty much ahead than the future was here,
Indeed. And Paola, as Group Head of Transformation, what are the main trends of change that you think will impact the banking industry?
Well, I think that the biggest trends that we are experiencing are mostly the fact that, when a customer needs a service, they just need it in that moment. They need to have it in that moment. And this changes the banking processes and transactions. We were used to opening hours and branches and people coming in the branches. And the digital world has changed this experience. And what we need to do is to have offering and services and channels that actually habilitate our clients to use the services that they want when they want to use it. I know this sounds perfectly reasonable for other type of companies, but in the banking industry, it's not exactly like this. Also because there is regulation that is not always conceived to be able to do things immediately. So I think this is a big trend that is going to change things, as well as the fact that consumers need personalized services. And what I see is a lot of more personalized services also in the retail banking, which is something that always has existed, in private and corporate banking. But I think that now it's definitely moving in retail banking. And thanks to the digitalization and to technology, we can achieve that.
Paola, can you give us some concrete examples of this digitization that you're talking about that have been implemented in the last couple of years?
Just to give you an idea and some numbers, in the last years we have adopted 21 fintech and big tech solutions, and we have created 65, almost to 70 implementations of these solutions in the different legal entities of the group. So it's a pretty amazing number because also we have created either solutions that were changing processes internally. You can think of compliance and direct tech implementations that we did, but also enhancing the digital relationship with our clients. So to give you an example, we've created a little bit ahead of the pandemic, a fully digital solution for an application to, a loan for a small and medium company. And we actually used 3 startups to do that. So, this has been a huge change to a company like Intesa Sanpaolo or traditional banking using all of these, startups and technology to change very rapidly. Also the relationship with the customer and, internal processes or for example, also the relationship with our colleagues, because you have to think that during the pandemic, we had 60,000 people working from home. And it's obvious that we had to review our internal processes. And I think this has been a very significant experience for us.
Indeed, very, very impressive progress there. Thank you for sharing. Now, you mentioned the staff working from home there. During this entire period, Intesa Sanpaolo, as well as other companies, have had to ensure safer working conditions for its staff. What implications has smart working had on your company culture and your employees' relationship with technology?
Yeah, this was also something very transformative for us. The good thing here as well is that we started working on that ahead. So we had actually a process for our colleagues to work from home 2 times a week. And so we did have, all the technology support and especially security support. You have to think of that as well, to be able to work from home. So it wasn't so challenging to switch then to, let's say, a full remote working. So it was something that we achieved in, let's say, a couple of weeks, probably. So we switched, especially our traders, for example, that started working from home right ahead when the pandemic was on. And this is now building a new experience, and we are looking into understanding, the right experience to our colleagues in working from home and working from the office, and we think that this is another trend and big change that we will work on in the future.
Wonderful. Paola Papanicolaou joining us all the way from beautiful Milan. Thank you so much for joining us on Sibos TV.